Yes, you've guessed it. Today's Thursday, so there must be another strike. Now, let's see. Who could it be? Could it be the teachers? Could it be the train drivers? Could it be the RMT train workers? Could it be the tube workers? Could it be the airport staff at Terminal 5? Could it be Gatwick? Could it be ASLEF? Could it be junior doctors? Could it be nurses? Oh, no. No, we finally found the answer. It's the consultant doctors. Now, these are the people who have been junior doctors but have been so successful at their jobs that they have managed to be hiked up the ladder so that they are basically the most senior people supposedly on the medical side of the National Health Service. Now, according to the British Medical Association, who have called the strike, who are, to my mind, the British Marxist Association, they are actually a very extremist lefty union. They are not an association. That is a myth. That is a description of them which does not describe who they are. They should be called the Union of Extreme Lefty Doctors. That would be much more honest, and that's what they should be called. According to them, they are offering solidarity with the consultant strike, which is going on today and tomorrow, I believe. In the last 14 years, lawyers, accountants and engineers have seen their pay increase by up to 6 times faster than that of consultants in the NHS. Why is saving a life worth so little to this government, they say? Today, consultants are fighting to fix their pay now and for the future. Well, the reason, if it's true, and I haven't been able to check it, that lawyers, accountants and engineers have seen their pay increase 6 times faster is that consultant doctors have always been well paid. Have you ever seen a poor doctor? If you go to a hospital where consultants work, as I said to Kevin O'Sullivan earlier, if you go to the car park where the doctors park, you will see some very expensive cars there. Nothing against having an expensive car, but the reason they have expensive cars is because they make a bucket load of money. And they've got very important jobs. Nobody would say that being a doctor where you save lives for a living, that that's not an important job. But they are on average making £128,000 a year. So therefore, they are doing all right. And that's before they do their private work, which can bring in the same amount again, which would take you up to about £250,000 a year. And that's also before they charge extra money for being on call, which can amount to at least another £50,000 to £75,000 a year. So most of these consultants, believe it or not, are probably coining it to the tune of about £300,000 a year. Now, it's pretty insulting to ordinary people, it seems to me, to then say, we want a fair wage for a fair day's work. We think the NHS is in crisis, so what we want is more money. £200 billion a year is paid into the NHS by us, the taxpayer. I think it's pretty insulting to claim that £300,000 a year is not enough money. I'll tell you what, if you want to make a deal with the government, why don't you offer this? Offer to do no private work at all until the NHS waiting list backlog has gone. Work only in the NHS and be paid well for it. But don't do any private work, which means that you can double your salary while pretending to be majorly skinning it along on just over £120,000 a year. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't be a lefty. If you're going to make that kind of money and drive an Aston Martin, you probably should be voting for the other lot. But here's my question. If you really are a doctor and if you really want to save lives for a living, why on earth would you do something which is the opposite of that, which could cause people to die? Because that's what will happen over the course of the next couple of days. It's a shocking, shocking thing to do. The British Medical Association ought to be ashamed of themselves. And the doctors who are not on strike, I raise a glass to you. Well done and thank you.